Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Dear students, lastly, we were dealing with the properties of metals. Properties of metals. We have already dealt with the physical properties of metals. Physical properties of metals means that we have dealt with the physical properties of metals. In this video, we will deal with the chemical properties of metals, means how metals react chemically. What is the chemical behavior shown by the metals? How metals react with different substances. So in this video we will deal with the chemical properties of metals. Chemical properties of metals. And later on the basis of those chemical properties, we can distinguish metals from non-metals. Means metals and non-metals altogether show different chemical behavior or chemical properties. The first and foremost chemical property of metals is that metals react with oxygen, resulting in the formation of metallic oxides, which are basic in nature. What it means? If we take any metal, every metal reacts with oxygen, resulting in the formation of a metallic oxide. And if we test the nature of the metallic oxide by the litmus paper, it has been found that it turns the red litmus to blue, indicating that it is basic oxide. It is basic oxide. For example, if you take any metal like magnesium, if you burn this magnesium in presence of oxygen, it results in the formation of magnesium oxide. And if we test this magnesium oxide, this oxide has been found to turn red litmus, it is solution rather, red litmus to blue, indicating that this is the property shown by the basic substances. So it has been found that these metallic oxides are basic in nature. This is the first property. Later on we will deal how non-metals react with oxygen. They show altogether different behavior. Or in this chemical property we also deal with that these what we call as these metallic oxides are more correctly metals. Reactivity of metals with oxygen is altogether different. Some metals react vigorously with oxygen within no time, like you can in the sodium in the laboratory you will find that sodium is stored in the kerosene because of its high reactivity with oxygen. It should not come in direct contact with the oxygen. So the reactivity of what we called as metals towards oxygen is different. Second property, these metals react with water water resulting in the formation of hydroxides, or more correctly metal hydroxides. Like if you take any metal like sodium, if you treat this sodium with water, later on we will find that the reactivity of metals towards water Sometimes we have to take it as a cold water, sometimes we have to take it with a to treat with a steam. It also depends upon the reactivity of metal towards water. Every metal does not react with water with equal ease. Rather, the reactivity of metals with water is different, and this metal reacts with water, resulting in the formation of hydroxide, metal hydroxide, like sodium hydroxide. Potassium will form potassium hydroxide, lithium will form lithium hydroxide. Means these metals react with water, resulting in the formation of, we can say, corresponding hydroxides. And we also later on we will find these hydroxides are basic in nature. These are basic in nature. We will deal with this in acids and bases, which substance we call to be an acidic, or we call it to be a basic. Here we can say that any substance that has capability to give hydroxyl ions, OH negative ions, those substances are more correctly basic in nature. And in this property we can say that metal is reactive with water, resulting in the formation of metal hydroxides. Sodium will form sodium hydroxide, potassium will form potassium hydroxide. But the water we will take here, it can be a cold water, it can be a steam, it can be a hot water. It depends upon the reactivity of metal, because every metal is not equally reactive. Reactivity of metal yani ki varies. Some metals are highly reactive, some are less reactive. Third chemical property that we have to deal, third chemical property that we have to deal is reaction of reaction of reaction of metals with dilute acids. Reaction of metals with dilute acids. Metals react with dilute acids. This property we have already dealt in the unit first. Metals react with dilute acids, resulting in the formation of metal salt with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Like if we take any metal like zinc, if we treat it on any dilute acid like H2SO4 sulfuric acid, it results in the formation of metal salt zinc sulfate, and it liberates hydrogen gas. Even this liberation of hydrogen gas during this reaction can be detected. This liberation of hydrogen gas can be detected. This liberation of hydrogen gas can be detected by a popping sound. We can do this experiment in the laboratory. Popping sound, as it burns with a popping sound, because it extinguishes this hydrogen gas extinguishes. It serves as a fuel, because it burns. Because it serves as a fuel and it burns. Means zinc reacts with sulfuric acid, resulting in the formation of zinc sulfate with the, we can do this what we call as experiment in the lab. We can take the zinc granules in dilute H2SO4. We can do this experiment in a closed condition, and what happens from this, through this nozzle, what liberates H2 gas liberates. If we take a what we call as a burning match stick at the end of this nozzle, when this hydrogen gas comes, it catches fire. When it catches fire, it burns with a popping sound, because it extinguishes with a popping sound. Detection of this hydrogen gas means what we call as something which comes out through this nozzle and catches fire. It is nothing, it is hydrogen gas. It indicates that the reaction takes place between zinc and H2SO4, resulting in the formation of zinc salt with the liberation of H2 gas. Here we can say that